Welcome to part 2 of this video series on how to play Little Walter's blues harmonica standard Juke. In part 1 we covered the first 2 choruses, and in this video we're continuing where we left off, covering choruses 3 and 4. Juke is in the key of E, so you'll need an A harmonica, and we'll be playing in second position or cross harp. So if you're ready, let's make a start on chorus 3. As with the previous lesson, we're going to break each phrase into sections to make it more manageable. Tackle each section one at a time, making sure you're comfortable playing the sequence of notes before moving on. Bars 1 to 4 is broken into 2 sections, the first of which begins with a scooped 3 draw. That is to say, the note is played slightly bent and then quickly raised up to the natural note, like this. This is then followed by the 4 draw, 5 blow and 5 draw. The 5 draw is also scooped, and then the natural note is held until bar 3, when it's then bent down before moving to the 4 draw. It sounds like this, first played slowly and then faster. The entire range of the 5 draw is exercised in this phrase to give the note that expressive and almost mournful sound. You can really lean on it. This is something I see many intermediate harp players fail to utilise. It's very common to hear the 5 draw played straight with no bend at all. However, even though the 5 draw cannot be bent down to another note, there is no note that sits between 5 draw and 5 blow, it can still be flattened to good effect. Moving on to the second section of bars 1 to 4 beginning on 4 blow. Here Walter plays 4 blow to 3 draw semitone bend, then quickly up to the 3 draw natural and down to the 2 draw, followed by another 2 draw whole tone bend and 1 draw. Here's how it should sound. A key part of this phrase is on the 3 draw semitone bend to the 3 draw, then 2 draw. Try using a do-duh articulation on the 3 draw, with the do on the bent and the duh on the natural note, like this. Using articulation in this way can help you to navigate some of the trickier sequences of notes in this tune. Now here's both sections of bars 1 to 4 played together. Bars 5 to 8 make heavy use of 4 draw, and again Walter demonstrates his use of controlled bending to create maximum expression out of one hole on the harmonica. The first section begins with 2 4 draws played natural, then quickly bent down like this. The third 4 draw in the sequence is then bent down and brought back up to the natural note. This should be played smoothly with no articulation separating the natural note from the bent note. The sequence should sound like this. The next section, beginning on the 4 draw semitone bend, sounds like this. Here the second 4 draw is begun on the bent note, brought up and then down again with no separation between the notes. This is a good exercise to practice your bending technique. Try practicing it on all the draw bends, like this. The final section is simply 3 notes: 3 draw, semitone bend, 4 draw, 2 draw, and it goes like this. Now putting the 3 sections together, bars 5 to 8 sound like this. Finally, I've broken bars 9 to 12 into 3 sections. In Walter's original, he plays 3 additional notes not included in the tab here at the start of this section. They're the 2 draw, 1 draw and 2 blow, and they're just played to introduce the phrases that follow. However, if you try and play them over a 12-bar blues jam track or with a band, then you'll find that your timing is out. So I've removed them for simplicity. The first section, starting on 1 draw played twice, has a slightly tricky jump from the 1 draw to the 4 blow. This is where tongue blocking single notes will give you an advantage, as it makes this leap between notes far easier. It sounds like this, first played slowly and then faster. The second section starts on the 2 draw, but quickly moves to the 3 draw semitone bend. In fact, the initial 2 draw is played almost as a passing note. Here's the whole phrase. And again, but slower. Finally, the third chorus ends much the same way as the previous 2 choruses, as follows. And slower. Now here's the whole of bars 9 to 12 played together. Now let's piece all of that together and play the whole of chorus 3 to a backing track. Now on to the fourth chorus. Like the third chorus, this is largely centered around the 4 draw. So if you made it through chorus 3, there shouldn't be too much to trouble you here. Bars 1 to 4 consists of 2 phrases, both beginning on the 2 draw. Here's the first, at normal speed, and then played more slowly. Remember to scoop the first 4 draw, but other than that, this is more about getting the timing right than it is about playing a difficult sequence of notes. Now here's the second phrase, again played at normal speed and then slower. The subtle difference here is that rather than just briefly scooping the 4 draw, as in the first phrase, Walter plays a deliberate 4 draw bend before bringing the note up to the 4 draw. So although both phrases start off with largely the same sequence of notes, this subtle change keeps the listener interested. Now here's bars 1 to 4 played together at normal speed. 5 to 8 also contain 2 phrases. The first is a continuation of the theme from bars 1 to 4. This time Walter begins on the 4-draw bend, brings it up to the 4-draw and holds the note for the remainder of the first bar. He then glissandos to the 4-draw bend indicated by the angled up arrow in the tab. This essentially means sliding up from the 1-draw to the 4-draw bend like this. And quickly. Now here's the whole of the first phrase, first played at normal speed, then more slowly. The second phrase is a repeated sequence of 5 notes. 5 draw, 5 blow, 5 draw, 4 draw and 5 blow. And it sounds like this. And now here's both phrases in bars 5 to 8 played together. Finally, on to bars 9 to 12. Now this should be starting to feel quite familiar, as Walter ends this chorus in almost exactly the same way as he did chorus 3. The only significant difference being he ends on the 6-9 blow octave to lead nicely into chorus 5. Now many people assume Walter is playing the 3-6 blow octave here, but I've listened many times and I'm convinced it's the 6-9 blow. However, if you find the 6-9 octave a little too challenging, then you can substitute it for the 3-6 or even just the 6 blow and it will still sound good. Here's bars 9 to 12 played at normal speed and then slowly. And now here's chorus 4 in full, played to a backing track. Okay, so that brings part 2 of this video series to a close. With any luck and a lot of practice, by now you're able to play confidently through the first 4 choruses of Little Walter's Juke. If you enjoyed this video and found it useful, then please give it a thumbs up, and if you want to be notified when part 3 is available, please subscribe to my channel.